Melvin Gordon, let's start with him first, with the Los Angeles Chargers. Tom Telesco doesn't appear to be budging. He said yesterday, as much as he loves Melvin Gordon, he's going to be a Charger. He's not playing anywhere else. Phillip Rivers on the first day of training camp said that we love Melvin, but it's a deep position group, and even he kind of put that off to the side. What do you think he has at all that might be leverage, Joe?
He doesn't have much is unfortunately the answer in his particular case. Now, we're seeing players realize in general they have a lot more leverage they've been using. But there's a couple of things. The Chargers are one of the strongest organizations in the league in kind of sticking to what they believe in, staying strong, and not allowing a precedent to get set that could be used against them with other players. Combine that with the position he's at and the other players they got on their roster, I have a hard time seeing him really get what he wants. Now, could they do a deal in the end that may be somewhere in between? Hopefully reasonable minds prevail, and that's what happens. But he's dealing with an organization that is a very tough organization to do this kind of thing with and prevail.
Well, so what is it about the running back position? I know we talk about this almost endlessly, but here's another instance of a young man coming out of Wisconsin, drafted very high. He's put his body on the line. He has, for the first few years of his career, put out, when he is healthy, some serious statistics and output. Why does this seem to keep happening in the NFL, Joe?
So there's only one position, if you really think about this. By the way, the discussion that running back's not important, and I was running a team for 18 years that never paid a running back a ton of money. And I strongly believe that most of the time you shouldn't be paying a running back a ton of money. But the reason this happens is not because running backs aren't important. It's because it's the only position in the entire game where the supply and demand favors the team. There are actually more players good enough to win a championship with this position than there are teams in the league. So the running backs have a disadvantage because the career's shortened and the rookie pool is what it is, and combine it with the fact that you have an abundance of talent at this position. There's no other position you can look at, even unimportant positions, where you would say there are more good players at this position. I'm defining good as good enough to win a championship with this caliber player at this position. The only place where the supply and demand is out of whack in favor of the team is running back. So they get stuck in this thing with the rookie pool, the shortness of the career, and a position in which there's just more good players than the league needs. So it's a very tough place to get the fair treatment for what you're worth to that team at that moment.
And Adam Schefter, latest report about Gordon is anywhere between $10 to $11 million a year has been offered to him by the Chargers. What do you make of those numbers in that report?
Depending upon the detail of the structure and the guarantees, that's about where I would have expected them to go, and I think he should take the deal. I really do. I don't see them pushing much beyond that. I don't think they should. And assuming the guarantees are right, so this is not some, fake-looking $10, $11 million average. He's actually going to collect that for a period of time. I think that's where the deal should be, and if I were him, I would take it.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.